Hey gorgeous people, and welcome to another warm-up video for you prior to our challenge starting next week. And for this one I thought we might dwell on the subject of who's this Ginette woman anyway. Hello, it's me, and I thought it might be useful for those of you that don't know me very well or who would like to know a little bit more about who's going to be taking you through this course creation challenge to tell you a little bit more about my background. So I could start by telling you that I was born in 1971 when Rod Stewart was #1 with Maggie May, and that's probably why I can't actually stand the sound of Rod Stewart's voice. I could also tell you that I have a long and colourful history of rebelling against what other people have wanted for me, which has included getting married, it's included going to either Oxford or Cambridge universities, it's included ignoring the sexist in the corner office because he would, well, I won't go into that, I don't want to get sued, and also it includes, and this is a good one, being told at 28 by a female doctor no less that I better hurry up and have kids because time was running out. And then last but not least, I have rebelled against staying in the good job with the good pension because that will lead me all the way through to retirement. Boring. So what I can tell you is that I have built probably, well, it is more than a dozen websites, mainly for fun, sometimes for money, and also mainly because I didn't have the money to actually pay somebody to do that for me. But I love learning. This is just a demonstration of my geekiness when it comes to new knowledge, actually. I could also tell you that I am mum to a rescued Jack Russell Cross called Scamp, and he absolutely does live up to his name. He's looking like butter wouldn't melt there, but not always the case, I can assure you. Anyone that's got a dog will know where I'm coming from. I could also tell you that I used to be a National League field hockey umpire, and I have umpired well, some of our Olympic gold winning medalists, but mainly these days what I tend to do is coach and assess umpires at a county and regional level. I'm also vice chairman of Hampshire Hockey Umpires Association. La-di-da me. I could also tell you, and we'll start getting into stuff that's a little bit closer to why I might be a good fit for you to teach you about this stuff. I'm also INTP or INTJ. It tends to fall into a 49-51 split, depending on the day, I guess, and whoever's administering the questionnaire. At the most recent count, I was deemed to be INTP on the MBTI scale. Whether that means anything or not, well, we shall see. I think it fits quite well anyway. What I can also tell you is that I am a certified coach, trainer, NLP master practitioner and NLP trainer. I'm also licensed to deliver something called Clarity 4D, which is a psychometric profiling tool. I have postgraduate diplomas in marketing and market research. I also, my last corporate job was Head of Insight and Performance for the RNLI, and here's a fun fact for you. The reason the logo looks like that is because of me. I project managed it back in the early 2000s. I also have chosen redundancy twice in my career, and the final time was to set up my own freelance training business, which is what I did in 2014, and I quickly realised three different things. First of all, I realised that I could never ever go back to working for somebody else ever again. Second of all, I realised that associate work felt far too much like working for somebody else, and running open courses was really hard. And then thirdly, I looked at the online training market and saw that it was full of both opportunities and charlatans. So when I dipped my toe into it, I put together my first course, which I laughingly assumed would be really, really easy because I've been doing it for years. Yeah, that was about a month-long learning curve, probably more like 6 weeks actually, if you take everything into account. It was a huge learning curve to do everything that I needed to do and that I wanted to do. Luckily for you, it's a lot easier these days to get these things done. What I can tell you is since then I have put together probably more than a dozen online courses, and I've got testimonials now from people that are telling me that I'm doing it right. I've also done more than 20 webinars and been on individual videos online close to probably 100 times, something like that. What I've also done is develop a set of standards for best practice in independent online courses through something called the Online Training Index, and I developed a quality review and accreditation system under that same banner. And I've run a podcast on best practice in online course creation that's got more than 20 episodes under its belt. And I did all of this because I couldn't find anyone anywhere providing a reliable way of ensuring that the online training that was out there, that was being delivered, was any good. So this year I am planning to run 3 more of these online course creation challenges, similar to the one that you are doing next week. I've also launched the first of 7 60-minute solution masterclasses under the brand of Standout Source, which will be delivered to global online course creators over the course of this year, along with a membership site. Things I'm experimenting with this year are quiz as a lead magnet, which is quite a popular way of getting people onto your email list, and also an online summit to launch my flagship course creation product, 5-Star Framework. So what was the point of telling you all of that information? Well, it does give you a little bit more information about me, a bit more background about me and who I am, and how I've come to end up running this challenge for you. But at the same time, none of those things in isolation, I don't think, are going to determine whether or not I am successful in getting you through the challenge. There are lots of different factors that come into that. But one of the things that is really important is that you trust me to be able to tell you what you need to know. And I absolutely will do that. I have been through this process of putting together online courses and various different types of online courses enough times now to know exactly the steps that you need and exactly the steps that you can put by the wayside. So I promise you, when I give you something that I say is really important to do, it really is important to do. And if I say to you that you can ignore something, you absolutely can ignore it. But enough about all of that. If you've got any questions about me or my experience in doing this sort of stuff, feel free to ask. I'm more than happy to answer any of those. Other than that, I hope you have a really excellent weekend. It's, where are we, Thursday now? So looking forward very much to seeing you on Monday. We are starting 3 o'clock with a live. I am intending to do this via Zoom, but it will be live in the Facebook group. And part of the reason for this is screen sharing capabilities and recording capabilities and all that kind of thing. So you might see at some point over the next 3 days a bit of experimentation from me in the group, just making sure that things are set up and working properly. So don't worry, I'm not going out early or anything like that, but I might well need to just pop in and say hello just for a few seconds, just to check that all the technology is working as it should. Sometimes technology is not my friend. I'm sure we've all been there. Anyway, as I say, have a fantastic weekend, and I will see you at the start of next week. Bye.